When the NHRA held the first Nationals in Great Bend, Kansas in 1955, the Pro Modified category was 35 years before its creation and 45 years before the NHRA recognized it as a competitive category. Fast forward to 2025 and the Cornwall Quality Tools NHRA U.S. Nationals at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway, and a massive field of the best Pro Modified cars in the country have come here to run mid-5-second laps at over 250 miles an hour, vying for drag racing's greatest single weekend honor. Welcome everybody inside the broadcast booth here at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway. It is, of course, the Congruity NHRA Pro Modified Series, powered this week by Logan Industries. Brian Loans and Mr. Bruno Massel bringing you the action. And Bruno, you've been here, you've competed at this race, you have won this race. There are 21 Pro Mod drivers that showed up this weekend with the same idea.
Yeah, you know, this is, any way you try and slice it, this has the most cachet. You know, you try and say it's just another race. Well, you feel like that until you pull underneath the tower
Right.
here, and you're open to stage up again because you get those butterflies. I don't care who you are. If you love drag racing, you love Indy. And for them to kick off for the Pro Modified, kick off the countdown the championship, this is where the championship starts with, and it couldn't be a better place.
It couldn't be a better place. The last 2 years have brought us shocking champions. We had Mike Castellano come out of nowhere at the final race in Las Vegas. Jordan Lasik did the same thing last year, but that road to the championship begins right here. And a man who dominated the early part of the season, Mike Stavrinos, is in the pits.
Race day here in Indy starts a points reset for Pro Mod as they start their playoffs. And Mike, I know you spent the 2-month break testing alongside the guy in first in points in JR Gray, but you said that the performance is almost matched. How much optimism does that give you here in this championship hunt?
Oh, it gives us a great feeling going into this this chase here. Me and JR, I think we're the cars to beat the first half of the season. I like the reset. It makes it kind of equal for everybody to kind of make a fight to the finish line. But as far as the performance, we did pick up a little bit, I feel, in this little break we had. We tested some new parts. We were a little bit behind JR's car, but we did try some new things. We gained some headway going into this race. I think we're going to give him a good run here, but the points are so close now that I think really the top 10, top 12 really have a chance here. And the qualifying results from this race really, really tightened up here. And I don't know, I'm excited to get it going and really get this thing started. So.
You know, Bruno, they always come off this kind of a break into the road to the championship, a 4-race playoff with the points being reset coming into this race. We can see the 20-point separation between 1 and 2, and then 5 points after that. So to Mike's point, as we've seen over the last couple of seasons, it's anybody's game as we get a look at the best cars right now in points.
Yeah, you know, JR Gray really had a dominant part of that season, especially the back half of the regular season. Stavrinos opened up with doubling up to start the season, so it's a matter of who can peak at the right time is what the difference is going to be between someone taking over the championship or not.
The Pro Modified category gets things kicked off here. Our Lucas Oil ladder coming up as Alex Laughlin heats his tires next to Mr. Nick Janik. We can see now the 16 qualified cars. As mentioned at the top of the show, more than 20 cars came in, and as usual, Bruno, the final qualifying was unbelievable. The amount of guys bumping their way in and out of the back of the field was crazy.
Yeah, and atmospheric conditions we saw here this weekend actually helped to that to get some impressive numbers these cars put down. So there's Alex Laughlin. He's doing a little double duty this weekend driving Nitro Funny Car, and Nick Janik, he's got his wife racing in the alcohol categories as well as top dragster. And, you know, he's been a guy who's working really hard to make the transition from alcohol funny car to Pro Mod. It's starting to pay off.
Laughlin stages second. Both cars moving down the racetrack. Really nice side-by-side run here. What a way to kick off eliminations. It is Janik. 74 beats a 76, and he had him on the tree by a little bit as well.
Yeah, great run for you open up eliminations. Nick Janik, though, just a little bit better on both ends of the racetrack. And I believe this got to be one of his first round wins and behind the wheel of a Pro Modified car. A guy who had success in an alcohol funny car, starting to feel it a little bit behind that wheel of that Corvette.
Man, you look at the rear tires working, the front end hovering out there, smoking the tires as they touch down, as Janik outpaces Alex Laughlin by half a car length at the stripe. Mike Janis now rolling up. The Russian drag racing community Mustang on one side. Of course, a famous Pro Modified champion in multiple series. And Ken Curtuccio across the racetrack. Curtuccio was untouchable this winter, but he has been very much touchable so far this NHRA season.
Double 01 on the tree. Wow, I think he took that point you made to heart there, Brian. He said, no one's going to touch me. You got to be trip zip to get the leave on me here at Pro Modified. Goes 576 at 250. Great opening hit for this guy.
I'm pretty sure this entire team had encircled that car with acetylene torches and a pickaxe at one point. They were really frustrated, but apparently they got it sorted out. Meanwhile, Mike Janis rattling the tires, trying to pedal it.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough to get all that horsepower glued to the racetrack, and Carduccio did a great job of there in round one.
And of course, the 001 reaction time just adding to the fact that this guy is that good. Young Mr. Al Belushi, Khaled Al Belushi's son, rashing in this car across from Ricky Smith. Talk about a battle of the generations. There is an age difference between these two guys of like 6 decades. How wild is that?
Really is probably the youngest and oldest competitor on the property. Squaring off here in round number one. Rashid's done a great job. He's proven right there at 034 in the tree. Just didn't have the race car underneath him that Ricky Smith had. Smith 574.63 on the tree. Just another day at the office, Ricky Smith.
And so the parachute's out for Smith, continuing to build on a legacy that is, of course, Hall of Fame. He's already in the Drag Racing Hall of Fame, and he continues to compete at a championship level to this day. The only nitrous car in the field, Ricky Smith, doing damage as he always does whenever he pulls through the gate. Mason Wright out of Texas, ProFlow Pumping Solutions. This car and this driver have gotten so much better over the course of the last few years. Multiple-time winner, and here comes Stevie Fast Jackson, a multiple-time U.S. Nationals winner, and a guy who picked up some cash for qualifying this weekend as well.
Man, I've had a lot of good moments here. Some of the best days of my life have been in Indy. It's just a stage to where you prepare all year for it. You get a little bit of break in the off season. Your team comes together and starts gelling by this time, and you just come up with all your chips on the table. You know, in the beginning of the season, you don't know what you're going to do. At the end, you're tired. At Indy, you're fresh, ready to go. Got good parts. We got a bunch of good people behind us. We'll be using all the SRI parts we can put in these hot rods. And I just want to remind everybody at home that there are consequences to what you say on the internet. If you're going to tell everybody that you got a big old baseball bat, make sure you got a Louisville Slugger and not a T-ball bat.
Stevie Jackson always got something to say. The Motion Raceworks Shadow Stage is up.
Yes, he does, and he can back it up. The guy's 21 on the tree, takes 500 advantage there. He goes 572, low for the round so far. You're going to say you better back it up, and this dude does it every time.
Yeah, he doesn't have a bat. I think he's swinging an 8-pound sledgehammer out there. That 21 reaction time certainly driving the point home. Mason Wright didn't make a bad run. The 74 light, though, in this class anymore is just not going to get you off the starting line first. And if you're not leaving ahead of the shadow, chances are you're not going to be finishing ahead of it either. So Jackson, seeking U.S. Nationals win number 3, advances on to round number 2. Billy Banneker. Beautiful, pro-charged Chevrolet Camaro. And Mike Castellano, the Al-Anabi Racing Camaro. This car has given these guys fits. See what it does for him today.
Yeah, former world champ. Gets 500's advantage at the tree where Billy Banneker, and he does, doesn't have enough to hold off Banneker. It looked close. I thought it was Castellano, but 9,000 fortunes. I didn't have my glasses up right. My mistake. Banneker runs him down, goes 72.7, almost matching Stevie Fast's run for the round is going low. Great drag race here in Pro Modified.
4 inches at the stripe for Banneker, just the tip of the nose of that Chevrolet Camaro. Look at this, it just barely drove around him in the last nanometers of the quarter-mile drag race. Jason Scruggs, the Mississippi Missile, sitting on the racetrack. Then Jerry Bickle constructed red Camaro. And Sidney Frigo across the drag strip. Frigo, the Art of Inco racing car. Frigo has to be happy with Stevie Fast results because, frankly, that's who sets his car up.
Advantage to Scruggs of the tree by 18,000, but just didn't have the performance, had to shut it down at 575 at 249 for Frigo. Not a bad run. That wasn't a Stevie Fast run, but he knows he can go back, comparing notes with Stevie Fast's car and see what happened. And you can just see it start paddling the tire there. And he's got no hope to shut it down for Jason Scruggs.
Looked like they actually had the car aimed to the center as well, like they kind of knew it was going to have that much right-hand steer, if you will, when he hit the gas, but it was to no avail. Frigo will advance. The Roxborough, North Carolina-based DreamWorks Motorsports Charger of Chip King, and here comes Mike Stavrinos. We talked to him at the top of the show. The Al-Anabi Performance Speed Truck World Entry. Guys like Todd Tutterow, Shane Khaled himself working on this baby.
Huge advantage at the starting line for Mike Stavrinos, and just, you can't spot somebody almost a tenth of a second in Pro Modified these days. Not a bad run for Chip King, 576, but Stavrinos goes low for the round and has a 12 reaction time, and man, he has really leveled up his game and doing so at the right time.
Hey, you can almost hear his voice in the staging lanes, too. He was very calm, certainly have a confidence about him that he's going to need to have to compete here. And to be able to do this in the first round speaks not only to his abilities, but certainly the preparation level of the whole team. Here's his teammate, J.R. Gray. Mark Savage standing next to the race car. And Derek Menholt of the Menholt Auto Group machine. They race out of the beautiful, I should say, upper kind of western part of the United States, Montana. Scott Tidwell racing home for Menholt. Look at this. Menholt a tenth of a second advantage on the starting line. A hole shot. Oh, boy. 76 beats a 71, Bruno.
Wow, that surprise. Jared Gray has been so deadly on the tree throughout the regular season. Obviously just missed it here for one reason or another. They were actually at Martin with me, US 131, testing this car on Tuesday, flogging it. The performance was great. He goes low for the round and gets the loss. Your points leader goes out in the early round with a whole shot loss. This team will pick it up, but I know it's going to be tougher to swallow as he heads on to the next race.
It is, and the situation can only get worse for him depending on how far Stavrinos goes in the rounds today. That is going to be interesting to watch. Those are the remaining 8 cars for the second round of Pro Modified action here at the U.S. Nationals. They're rolling back into the staging lanes. We're going to roll to a quick break, and we'll bring you the quarterfinals of Indy when we come back.
Does your student loan payment make you cringe? By refinancing to a lower rate through Credible.com, you could drastically cut your monthly payments. At Credible, you get personalized rates from multiple lenders. Visit Credible.com now to see your new monthly student loan payment.
Sunday on Fox, Saquon Barkley leads the Eagles against Baker Mayfield and the Bucs.
Touchdown!
Or the Jaguars take on the 49ers. It's a huge day of football. Sunday on Fox. Check for the game in your area.
When your morning schedule is full, but your belly isn't. When your kid's school pickup needs an afternoon pick-me-up. We could all use a little kind in our snack emergencies. A little protein for breakfast, sustained energy from whole grains for a midday snack. Make it a kind day.
Anytime you get the chance to compete, be in close games, it's kind of what you live for. Football teaches you a lot. It starts with staying true to yourself. I just want to show up with a lot of energy, not look at the past, not look at the future, just kind of be where my feet are.
Designed for the future, you create. Blending timeless style with all-day comfort. Introducing the Luxe Collection. Because the path isn't found, it's built.
I'm Antron Brown, 4-time NHRA Top Fuel World Champion, and when I started my own race team, that was a hard and heavy feat. But one way that got me there quick and fast was Congruity. Congruity was plug and play. When it came in from payroll to workman's comp and also health insurance, they brought it into one bundle, one easy program that you can navigate through yourself, do all your taxes. What I'm telling you is set it and forget it of all your HR resources all in one spot, period.
When it comes to finding the right service, utility, flatbed, custom, or rail sectional body for your work truck, look no further than Logan Industries in Independence, Missouri. 100% designed, cut, bent, welded, and painted in-house, you're guaranteed made in the USA quality, American toughness, and the long-lasting life you need in your business. Visit LoganKC.com for the whole product line and to learn more about their offerings and options. American made and American tough, just like you. As they say at Logan Industries, when you want it, you get it. LoganKC.com.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S. Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. Competition Products, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
The Congruity NHRA Pro Modified Series is presented by Congruity. Congruity HR is your local partner for outsourced human resources.
The drone shot look of the roof deck for the brand new Wally Parks Tower. Smiling fans able to get into the racetrack and enjoy a whole bunch of interactive experiences, whether you want to climb on top of a Fendt tractor or get autographs at the Skag display. You can pretty much do whatever your heart's content to do inside the gates here. Ricky Smith, Derek Menholt, heat the tires. Let's get a look at the ladder, Bruno.
Yeah, there you go, Stevie Jackson, number one qualifier. He advanced, taking on Nick Janik, Stavrinos, Frigo, the 4-5 guys. Billy Banica on that number 2 spot, being Cartuccio square up. And Ricky Smith taking on Derek Menholt, who had that huge hole shot win. And there's a look at that car right there. And he's got to be feeling good. You check out the points later in the opening round, and you're here at the U.S. Nationals competing on Monday.
And look, Derek's a very experienced guy, maybe flies under the radar to some degree. He's not the biggest, most outspoken dude. He does his talking with the race car, but he is going to have to do a whole bunch of it now with Ricky Smith in the other lane. And he did it to him again, and Smith's out of the groove. Menholt again leaves like a lightning bolt off the starting line. 21 green, gets it done. Ricky had trouble.
Yeah, Derek just doing a great job today. Obviously stepping up his game on the driver's side as well as the tuning side. He didn't go low for the round. You know, he didn't go 001, but he was stout on both sides. And Ricky Smith just having problems. A little overpowered the racetrack there and started to paddle the tire, and it shot hard to the right real quick. He had no choice but to lift it. Menholt moves on to the next round.
Very good job there for Menholt. We'll find out who he's going to line up with as we work our way through the rest of the pairings. Nick Janik showing us that that's a low 570s capable car, but he was a couple of hundreds behind this guy. The Motion Raceworks Shadow, the Killing Time Racing entry of Stevie Fast Jackson.
Oh, advantage by Jackson. You can see him physically move first, takes 500, and we said in the opening round, you can't spot him anything because that car is tough to run out the back. Goes 570 low for eliminations. Janik, solid run. 72 is probably is actually a really good run, but Stevie Jackson just does a better job on both sides of the racetrack.
Yeah, Janik, you know, so we saw the numbers you want to see out of one of these cars. Low 570s, 250 mile an hour. But for Stevie Fast, he's got a new engine combination in this car that he's been refining and working on through Killing Time Racing. And the way he's qualified in the high 560s and now pounded out these low 70s during racing is highly impressive. Banica, Cartuccio. Remember, Cartuccio was 001 on the tree in the first round.
Well, Banica judging off that one, he wasn't even close. He was 93 in the tree, a guy who usually is pretty sharp. We'll see if he can step up his game here. Oh, no, he pushed too hard, threw it away, minus 31, and Cartuccio. Today is just sometimes your day. You're 001 to get the win for round one, you're 230 the next, and you still turn on the win light.
Cartuccio could not buy luck for the majority of this season, so the fact that it's starting to come back his way, remember, this is a guy who won the U.S. Nationals. He is starting to feel the good side of the racing luck because he has suffered through the bad side of it for most of the season. Mike Stavrinos, a cool look inside the cockpit of that machine, and he will be taking on Sidney Frigo.
Now, Sidney Frigo, you talk about that car getting the tune-up in it from Stevie Fast Jackson, so you know there's potential there for that car to be quick and fast. And Stavrinos takes 200 at the tree. Great wheels-up launch for Frigo, but just not enough power out the back. A 570 beats a 571. Just a great drag race. Both these cars have their A-game. Stavrinos just a little better on both ends.
And don't look now, but Stavrinos is now keeping pace with Stevie Fast Jackson, who has been the standard bearer performance this weekend. Stavrinos being able to nail that 570 with a 1 at 251 gives him a very slight performance margin over the man he will have to race in the semifinal round. So Stavrinos and Jackson on one side, Cartuccio and Menholt on the other, the final four in Pro Mod at the U.S. Nationals. They're going to roll under the bridge rather. We are going to come back and you will see the final four drivers vying for a U.S. Nationals win. Only two of them have ever done it before.
Washer's all washed up. I love it.
AC went kaput? That's cool.
With a home warranty from American Home Shield, every day is a good day for a breakdown. You don't have to worry about the day when something stops working or expensive repairs. Because when surprise breakdowns happen, AHS will be there to fix or replace parts of the systems and appliances you rely on every day. They help protect your time and money by connecting you with qualified pros and helping pay for covered repairs or replacements. AHS offers affordable plans for every home and options to tailor your coverage so it's just right. With more than 50 years of experience, they know how to keep you smiling when things don't go as planned. It feels good to be right when things go wrong. Get the protection you need with American Home Shield. Sign up today and get $100 off any plan with code AHS100. Visit AHS.com or call 833-PLAN-AHS for this special offer.
It's time for the world's most extreme sport. The NHRA on FS1.
Gone like a shot.
This ain't just racing. The NHRA on FS1.
Hey, if you were in an accident and it wasn't your fault, all you gotta do is just call the number. Got pain in your back cause your car got smacked? Nah, just call the number. Whiplash in your neck and you're looking for a check? Nah, just call the number. If we don't win, there's no fee. Call right now, the consultation is free. Don't delay, don't just sit there and wonder, cause all you gotta do is just call the number. Nah, just call the number.
Through HIMSS, you can find personalized weight loss treatment plans with options like GLP-1 injections or oral medication kits 100% online, so you can feel healthy and confident in your own skin. GLP-1 injections starting at $199 a month at hims.com.
There's the measurement fee, delivery fee, restocking fee.
And installation.
That's not my department.
With Empire's Home Floor Advantage, we have clear, all-inclusive pricing.
800-588-2300 Empire. Today.
Nothing beats the sights and the sounds of the U.S. Nationals. I'm not sure how that kid got in there, but he seemed to be happy to be in the toolbox. As long as he's cool with it, I'm cool with it, Bruno. I'm not asking questions.
Yeah, he's having a good time. That's all that matters, you know. A lot of these drivers having a good time out on the track, kids playing in toolboxes. Who am I to judge?
Here it is, Curtuccio and Menholt. Both of these guys have been starting line artists today. Menholt coming into this round with an 0.21 reaction time. Curtuccio by way of the red light of Banica in the previous round.
You know, both these cars have performance to go out here and run them quick and fast. We've shown it. Pro Modified today has been really, really tight racing. But it's going to come down to who wants it the most. You know, you've got to stay true on your reaction times. Pro Modified right now comes down to the driver. It's such a huge role in the performance of these cars.
They leave. Curtuccio shakes the tires. He shuts it off, and that means Menholt will take his trip into the final round of the U.S. Nationals. Both had matching 18 reaction times, and Derek Menholt is now career 3-0 versus Ken Curtuccio.
Man, he's been all over the street here today. He's 18, 21, 35 in a Pro Modified car as it goes right down the middle of the lane. As Curtuccio's car makes a hard left-hand turn. He's got to abort the run, and Menholt heading his way to U.S. Nationals final round.
And that will bring up Mike Stavrinos and Stevie Fast Jackson. These two cars have showed us low ET over the course of race day, so it really is a clash of the titans. We have seen Stavrinos, what he's done in the starting line. The leg up for me here, Bruno, is the fact that Stevie Fast Jackson has won this race before. The nerves aren't going to get to him.
No, and I don't think anything's getting to Stavrinos. This guy doubled up at a race, you know, early to start the season. He's got some hook spot, let's say. And right now, he's got the power to a 5.69.9, low for eliminations in the semifinals. You pair that with a 34 reaction time, that is just a killer package for Stavrinos.
As you mentioned, low ET of the day. You can see the Wally sitting there in the starting line. Jackson's car just did not have the beans early, and Stavrinos put together the best looking, the best sounding, and the most impressive run of race day so far. The number 4 and 14 qualifiers destined now to meet in the final round on Monday afternoon at the U.S. Nationals. Neither man has won this race before. Only one of them will be able to do it. For this man or his opponent, it will be elation or sadness. We'll find out who's screaming with joy when we come back.
When your morning schedule is full, but your belly isn't. When your kid's school pickup needs an afternoon pick-me-up. We could all use a little kind in our snack emergencies. A little protein for breakfast, sustained energy from whole grains for a midday snack. Make it a kind day.
I want to open my own fitness studio, but my old bank kept draining my savings with fee after fee. I was over it. That's why I love Chime. I can bank fee-free. No overdraft fees, no monthly fees, and I get access to over 50,000 fee-free ATMs. There's 24/7 live support, plus signing up took like 2 minutes. With those fees gone, I can use that money towards building my studio. So, I got everyone I know to join. Join the millions of members, just like us, banking fee-free at Chime.
Blue Chew is my new go-to. This stuff right here. This stuff right here has changed my life. This is something that you definitely want to add into your inventory. But just be ready. One thing you're not going to do is regret getting it.
We push these cars to the limit every single time. It's 330 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds down a 1,000-foot drag strip. On race day, our crew does not have time for tools that are going to fail. We need the toughest tools for the toughest job so we can win. I'm very proud to be teamed up with Cornwall Tools. We've been with them for a handful of years, and to have a tool company on board and that we can win with, there's no better partnership. My crew trusts Cornwall Tools.
Champions, forged by the pressure of the countdown, will rise. It's where ambition meets asphalt, where some dreams are made and others go up in smoke. It all ends here at the final race in the countdown to the championship. November 13th through 16th, the In-N-Out Burger NHRA Finals comes to the In-N-Out Burger Pomona Drag Strip. Get tickets at NHRA.com. Kids 12 and under get in free with general admission. Be there as champions are crowned November 13th through 16th.
I'm Antron Brown, four-time NHRA Top Fuel World Champion, and when I started my own race team, that was a hard and heavy feat. But one way that got me there quick and fast was Congruity. Congruity was plug and play. When it came in from payroll to workman's comp and also health insurance, they brought it into one bundle, one easy program that you can navigate through yourself, do all your taxes. What I'm telling you is set it and forget it of all your HR resources all in one spot, period.
Fox College Football Friday lights up prime time with a Big 12 battle.
Here we go.
As TCU
Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
takes on Sam Levitt and Arizona State.
My goodness!
All eyes are on Friday night at 9 Eastern on Fox.
The Congruity NHRA Pro Modified Series is powered by Logan Industries, delivering high-quality parts and bodies with unparalleled speed and precision.
And we are back, Bruno. It is a 78, 79-degree afternoon here at the U.S. Nationals. Density altitude about 2,500 feet. The fans have been treated to brilliant weather all race long, and it's now down to one run to determine who is actually going to be in the history books of winning this race for the first time.
You know, conditions right now are probably the warmest we've seen all week, and the sun's been out all day, and it's a very comfortable 79 degrees out, but it's actually warmer than we've seen thus far. We'll see how that shakes out in the final. There you go, your number 4 qualifier, Mike Stavrinos, will take it on Derek Menholt from the number 14 spot. Stavrinos, he's got the performance in terms of that car, the way it's gone, but, you know, when the sun beats on that track, that can often shake things up.
Yeah, it really can. We talk about the implications of this final round and really this race day. For Derek Menholt, he has rocketed his way up the point standings in this road to the championship 4-race sprint we're going to have with these cars. And for Mike Stavrinos, this guy has done exactly what he set out to do when he got here. He knew he needed to make the final round. He has taken the points lead. The big question is, how much of a lead can he make it? And we're going to find out right now. Once again, identical reaction times, and it's Stavrinos on the power. 571.9, 251 miles an hour. Menholt's car fell down and runs a 594, but Mike Stavrinos wins his 3rd race of the season in his 4th final round of the year.
Yeah, and what impressive fashion. I mean, the car was so consistent between 69 between 69 and a 70, I think, 2 all day long, or 71. Only very 200 to the second over all 4 rounds, and he's been killer on the tree. What an impressive outing there for Mike Stavrinos.
For Stavrinos, that is now a 61-point lead. Let's talk to him. He's at the top end.
You've got the road to the championship in Congruity HR Pro Modified. You've had a great car all season long, and this was the first points-paying race. A huge move.
It is. The big picture here is obviously the win at Indy here. That's huge. But now we're going to put our focus on the World Championship, and we gained a pretty big lead here. You know, unfortunately, our teammate lost first round, and he was the one I was chasing. But I'll take it.
Indeed he will. Let's get a look at the points, Bruno. This is a big one here. Stavrinos leads Menholt by 46, and you can see he has a sizable lead over J.R. Gray as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of time, though, for J.R. Gray. I mean, he just needs to go out and do what he did in the regular season and move himself back in contention for the championship.
Now we get a look at the remaining events this season. Charlotte, St. Louis, and Las Vegas. And don't forget,